Days after a dramatic change in guard, political tensions continue to simmer across Islamabad. The now ousted Imran Khan government has not given up. They are holding mega rallies, still claiming of a foreign intervention and crumbling of the incumbent joint opposition in near future. On the Islamabad crisis, our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Mallick sat down with former Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry for an exclusive interview. Watch.
I have with me Mr. Fawad Chaudhry, the former Information Minister for the Imran Khan government, the former Science and Technology Minister. Sir, thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to WION. First question, the military has now rebuked the claims by Mr. Khan, the former Prime Minister, about a conspiracy or foreign conspiracy. What do you have to say on that?
I think ISP has just confirmed the existence of latter and the internal conspiracy. So I think they have just confirmed that.
So you don't think so that there is a rebuke on that?
I don't think so. They have just confirmed what we said. They just confirmed what National Security Council said. They just reiterated the statement of National Security Council, and I believe that this is what Prime Minister Imran Khan exactly used, same words later on. So they just confirmed that there was an internal, in our Pakistan's political affairs, there was foreign intervention, and they also said it's a blatant one.
So the military spokesperson has said that it was not the establishment that gave any options to Prime Minister Khan during his time as the Premier, but rather the military establishment was approached by the Prime Minister House to mediate a solution. What's your take on the matter?
Well, I think there was a discussion. No one really gave any option. This was a discussion that any sane mind would have in a crisis. And yes, the army generals are worried about Pakistan's situation as much as we are. So we discussed with them, and they come up with during the discussion it propped up that these three can be options. So I won't really deny them, but maybe you can say the manner in which people are saying that we approached or they approached, this is not right.
Over to the foreign policy bit. Prime Minister Khan has prima facie or visibly left a crippled foreign policy dynamic for the new government to encounter, be that the relations with China, Gulf or West and others. What's your take on the matter?
Well, I believe that if an independent foreign policy is a crippled policy, then what can I say about that? But fact of the matter is, after a very brief stint of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto Shahid, the only time Pakistan formed its independent foreign policy was under Imran Khan. The way he handled Afghanistan, the way he handled his relationship with China, with Muslim world, is commendable. He is now a leader of Islam and not only a leader of Pakistan. So his personal stature, the way he tackled Islamophobia, the way he spoke about that, this has elevated his personal stature and stature of Pakistan immensely. I would say that he is now truly only Muslim leader who represents the issues Islam and Muslims are facing all around the world, and this makes him so special.
So relations with India have been literally on a sticky wicket when the previous PTI government was in power. There were approachments, and lastly then there was some sort of a settlement in form of that ceasefire that was agreed upon between the two militaries. Prime Minister Khan in his last address as the Prime Minister has been exclaiming and rooting on how good the Indian foreign policy has been and how independent it has been. And now, just days back in the Peshawar Jalsa, he said that it was India and Israel who are much more happier with his ouster. So this is not a backtrack from his position.
If you remove the context from any quote, obviously it will give you a different meaning. He praised Indian policy vis-a-vis West, where he said they refused to come to West in case of Russia and relationship with other countries. They tried to have their independent policy.
How optimistic you are that elections will be held soon, or how soon will they be held, in your opinion?
I think in 8 weeks. I think elections should be announced in 8 weeks.
Why 8 weeks? Because the government says that they've just taken power.
I think they will not be able to survive more than 8 weeks.
That's how big the momentum would be on the streets?
Yeah, that's how the momentum is, and that's how this country cannot afford to go on like that more than 8 weeks.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.